Welcome to today's quick video. Today's quick video is going to be about combining like terms. When you combine like terms, we talked way back when about apples and oranges. And you can't add apples and oranges. We can't combine things like an apple and a pumpkin to get an applekin. They must stay separate. So when you add or subtract terms, they have to be alike. Now how do you identify whether or not the terms are alike? Well, we talked about breaking down a problem into an engine and a caboose of a train. For example, here we have 8x squared y. Well, the 8, or the coefficient, represents the engine. The caboose makes up all the variables after the 8, or the coefficient. So x squared y represents the caboose. And we talked about how you can only add terms that have the same cabooses. Doesn't matter what their engine is, but their caboose has to be the same. So you can only add this with other x squared y's. So let's take a look at 3 examples over here. Here we have 8xy plus 2x plus 3xy plus 8x. Okay? First thing I want to do is identify the first train. Well, the first train is an engine of an 8, or coefficient of 8, and a caboose of xy. I can only add to that trains that have cabooses of xy's. So this does not have a caboose of xy. This does not. So the only one I can add to it is 3xy. Now the other term in this problem is 2x. Engines 2, cabooses x. So I'm going to put 2 underlines under that because it's a different train. And the only one I can add to that is 8x because it has the same caboose of x. So now you add together your terms. So what's 8xy plus 3xy? That's like saying 8 apples plus 3 apples, which gives us 11xy. Now add your second train, 2x plus 8x. That's like saying 2 oranges plus 8 oranges. That gives us 10x. Okay, so now take a look at this longer problem. Again, it's all about identifying the same trains. So here we have 6a squared b. Find any other trains that have the same caboose of a squared b. Okay, so that's not going to be a matching train. This one would be, and finally the last term would be. Now the other train in this problem is a train that has a caboose of a squared. So I put 2 underlines under that because it is different. Then over here, I also have a train with a caboose of a squared. Now, there's no engine here. Well, there is an engine, you just can't see it. And we talked about how if you can't see the engine, it's actually a 1. Okay, so now you go ahead and you add up your like terms. So I'm going to add up all my a squared b's. So it's going to be 6 minus 3, which is 3, plus 2 is 5. So 5a squared b. Then add your other train, 4a squared plus 1a squared is 5a squared. And that's as far as you can take it because, again, I can't add things that are different. So I'm going to leave it at that. Finally, the last problem. First, identify the first train, 10p. So I'm looking for only trains with cabooses of p. So 3p and 2p. Now, the second train only has an engine, which is fine. I just have to find trains that only have an engine. So that's going to be all the way here at the end. And now in this problem I have a third train, which is a train that has a caboose of PD. So I'm going to put 3 underlines under that because that's my third different train. And again, see if you have any other trains with the cabooses PD, and I do right here. So now you just add up all your like trains. So 10p plus 3p is 13p, plus another 2p is 15p. Now, take a look at your next train, which are the 6 and the 4. So plus 10. And then finally your PD, which would be, you have to always look out in front for its sign. This is going to be a negative 10 plus 5. And according to our rules of addition, that actually ends up being a minus 5PD. Now you can write this another way if you wanted to. That could also be written as 15p plus, minus 5PD plus 10. Either one of these would be correct. Okay? So at this time, go ahead and work on your combining like terms worksheet.